A lot of times in life, you will find yourself trying to wonder why some of these boys and some of these kids and girls, you know what I mean, boys and girls, have issues when they don't got the right parenting. You got kids having kids, and this sometimes translate over to some of the things that happen out here today when it comes to kids violating older adults or other kids. Like, check this out right here.
From the WBRZ investigative unit tonight, new details in the brazen daytime rape of a grandmother in her 90s. Newly filed arrest documents say the victim was sitting on her front porch when the suspect chased her into the carport where he attacked her.
22-year-old Jeremiah Taylor was arrested for that attack, allegedly with an overwhelming amount of evidence, including video against him. However, as the WBRZ investigative unit found out, Taylor has gone mostly unpunished despite an alleged disturbing pattern of behavior.
Sylvia Michael, the WBRZ.
And I'm gonna tell you what the biggest problem is. The biggest problem is that you look at this situation and you realize that this dude not only was a problem, but they say he was unpunished. When a person say they unpunished, you know what that means. That basically means that this dude has some issues that never got corrected. He never got penalized for that. And you know when you as a kid, you don't get penalized for situations, it end up growing and it becomes something that's a lot worse the next time. It's like when somebody punch a kid in the face and you look at the kid and say, "Damn, why you do that?" But you still greeting them and giving them the rewards of, "All right, don't do that again." Whereas though they have to be reprimanded. And as you notice, as kids get older, they become young men, young women, and they become worse because they never own up to some of the bad behaviors that they have. It's sad, man.
Investigative unit tracked down two women, one who claims to be another victim of Taylor's and another who says she came terrifyingly close.
The suspect is Jeremiah Taylor. That he does have a previous criminal history.
Emphatic words from a 22-year-old whom we found out has been arrested for rape more than once. On Friday, Baton Rouge police arrested Jeremiah Taylor for assaulting and raping a 94-year-old woman in her driveway in the middle of the day. We uncovered Taylor's troubling history of sexual violence.
Jeremiah was with me maybe 6 to 8 months before Jeremiah thought it was okay to inappropriately touch me.
This woman, who did not want to be identified, told us she was Taylor's foster mother during COVID.
I felt something on me, and when I got...
Now listen to that. Just look at the whole situation. Just listen to that. You can tell this is somebody. We living in sad times, yo. When you got kids showing a history, but this the sad part. He was in a foster home. No excuses, but check this out. Some of these kids are dealt a bad stack of cards. They don't even get a good head start. Their head start is chaos, chaotic. They either drug babies. Something is off with them that make you look at them and say, "Damn, what is wrong with this kid?" But you don't even realize that the problem with the kid is the parents. Sometimes they grow up and they don't even have parents. But someone gave birth to them, and that's the DNA. The DNA of doing something crazy because the way that they was raised, they don't even have no guidance. There's nothing. It's nothing about even being raised. You can't even say they was raised. They just passed off. We live in a world now where you're seeing more and more people going through life and they're just moving through. No type of boundaries, no type of set of morals. And sometimes, like, as you know, what I mean, as people that grow up in a family, when you have your mom or dad, or you got both parents, we kind of sometimes look at these people or kids and we like, damn, what is wrong with them? But when you kind of really think about it, not to say you trying to give excuses, but when you see a kid grow up without his parents, some cats don't even know their dads. Some don't even know their moms. They don't know. And you are kind of you're trying to measure them against somebody that you know and say, "Well, I know this person that grew up with no parents. I don't. They didn't turn out that way." Hey, everybody's not dealt. It's not a fair thing. There's no such thing as fair. Like you just don't. Some things it just does not turn out right for some people. I don't know why. It just does not. You know. And this is the situation that did not turn out right. Damn.
Got up, I seen him running out of my room.
Without getting too graphic, she claims Taylor got into bed with her and fondled himself.
Damn, that's crazy. I'm just saying. I'm not being smart. Why they gotta show that lady feet? I don't know what's going on. I I know, what I mean, this story is serious, but goddamn, why they gotta show that lady feet? And I mean, look, hey, but let's see.
When he was just 16 years old.
Jeremiah just thought it was okay to do what he did. And once my mom asked him that particular night, why did he do that? He said that he wanted to see how a grown woman feels.
She says she did press charges, but also told us she believes not much happened legally in his case because he was a juvenile at the time. Taylor faced a similar outcome when police charged him with raping a family member in 2024.
Yo, dude got a history. Dude got a history. Dude got a real history. And this dude not even a grown man and got a history of just doing stuff like this. This is the type of kid that if you leave around your kid, you thinking he cool. Next thing you know, your kid gets violated. And now you sitting there like, yo, hey man, damn.
Charges in that case were dropped, and Taylor was released from prison in January. Just a couple weeks after getting let out on that charge, Taylor is caught on video obtained by the WBRZ investigative unit appearing to stalk this woman.
I was walking from the store on my phone. And then when I came in the house, I opened the door and my son-in-law said, somebody following you.
We tracked down the woman seen in the video and agreed to conceal her identity when she spoke to us. Watch as a man, who she claims is Taylor, follows behind her, hiding behind a car, then appears to get ready to strike, but then turns around when the woman makes it inside the door.
When I saw it on the news that he had raped a 94-year-old woman, I was like, that could have been me.
She tells us she fears what he would have done if she hadn't made it inside, especially after learning how he attacked the 94-year-old in her driveway.
And that must have been what his MO was.
Yo, even when you look at him, yo, he is definitely full of the devil. Like, I'm gonna give it a real. Like, some people you can encounter, some people you can meet, and you be like, yo, I'm gonna leave that person alone. That's a person that you end up having to unalive them, or you end up doing something very bad to him. When you look at that dude, you can tell he is not there. He is not there. You can tell just by looking at him. You can just tell. He not only that, you can see he got the anger in him. Like, dude is definitely on one. Hey man. And then you can tell when they walking him. He just mean. You can see that he has nothing good in his soul. Like, I get it that some people say, man, people just need a better chance. Hey man, some people out here are born in some of the worst circumstances. But at the end of the day, you ain't trying to get nobody a chance in your household like that. It's like, that's not, you're not going to be able to do nothing with that. You're just not.
He probably thought he was going to grab me in this walkway in here.
He allegedly raped the elderly woman who lived a couple streets over less than 3 weeks later. For these women, especially Taylor's former foster mother, the things they say he did to them will stick with them.
And I live with this every day of my life. Depression, anxiety, and I have to live with it.
District Attorney Hiller Moore sent a statement this afternoon addressing why the charges against Taylor for raping a family member were dropped. He says, quote, despite my office's attempts to contact the victim, we could not do so, not by lack of cooperation of the victim, but that our attempts to locate her were unsuccessful. Without the victim's testimony, we could not proceed to trial. However, Moore adds he will now be seeking indictments for both rapes Taylor is accused of. For the investigative unit, Bess Casserly, WBRZ News 2.
And this goes to show you that the courts don't give a damn about what goes on in certain environments. This is a prime example of why you need to be mindful of what's going on around you, but also be mindful that when you see certain things happen, you got to stay alert on what's going on. But the sad part about this scenario is I don't know how this could have been prevented. Reason why I don't know how this could have been prevented was because he got caught or they knew of the situation because he was arrested. But you notice the courts involved, they know damn well that this dude is a predator. He showed history of it, but they still did what they did, and this dude turned around and still violated. Now, I get it sometimes in life when people violate other people, you be like, well, damn, why didn't you keep him in prison? Certain scenarios, you could be like, yo, I can understand how they let this person out. They showed that they probably was a changed person just off of their actions and the way they operated. But when you look at this boy, he showed none of that. And I think this goes to show you that this plays a big role in how courts look at kids. When you see that a kid has nobody, you have to actually do something. But I'm not gonna say lock them down, but you got to do something when you see that type of history that's transpired with someone young like that. You know it's going to turn into something worse. Courts are not dumb; they see every type of criminal. So right here, I gotta say this is a thumbs down, definitely on the court system because they definitely could have did something. They chose to drop those charges when they know damn well that dude was a pedophile. You know, hey, it is what it is. Hey, look, like and subscribe.